found their rhythm offensively, and that's why we see the group of death. Every team had one win after game day 2.
Well, we'll talk about it more after the national anthems of both countries.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Hungary.
Players will exchange mementos of this game at the half court. You can hear the noise in the arena here in Sopron. 2,500, less a few Spanish fans, and there are some Spanish fans in the gym rooting for the home team. Here's the third team on the floor for this evening's game. Wojciech Liska, Carsten Straw, and Nicolas Fernandez from Poland, Germany and Tahiti respectively take charge of the game, and they'll feel the pressure like both sets of players. Sean, honestly, it wasn't that long ago these two teams played in Eurobasket women, and just say a veteran came to play.
Alba Torrens in that semi-final game at the Eurobasket. 27 points, I believe it was, as we see the starting lineup for Hungary. Kish, Dubai, Studer, Uaz, and Lele. And you and I, we cannot talk more about number 14, Dorka Uaz, and her contribution that she has made. She's elevated this Hungarian team, I think, and Coach Zeki has to be incredibly happy that she is on the team.
Well, we made the point, didn't we, that everyone played great against Japan, but she was phenomenal in both games. Here's the starting lineup for Spain.
Well, look at that, Alba Torrens getting a start. I did see that Cristina Oviña is on the bench. It does not look like she's playing, so Carol Casas, Maisa Catorla, Carrera, and Laura Hill. I mean, it's a normal starting five, just substituting Alba Torrens as Coach Mendez in for, it was Maria Conde who was starting for them. So, interesting to see how this Spanish team are going to come out. I mean, we know that they have qualified.
Yeah, they've already qualified, but this is a national team game. This is an Olympic qualifying game. They're going to want to get the win. They want to keep their FIBA ranking. They're going to want to make sure they stride into Paris, not get there with a whimper of just the one win. Losing Urbina, though, the way she has played in this tournament could be a big loss. She's been huge in the first 2 games and really taken responsibility down the end of games. So just over a minute, the Tissot countdown to tip-off nearly upon us. And I think for Spain, after a really great performance in Eurobasket women, they want to maintain that and go into Paris as a contender.
Well, there you see the Tissot countdown. We are just under a minute away. And, you know, we're going to talk about it, I'm sure, a lot more, but Spain beating Hungary 69-60. It was a back-and-forth game, though. I thought Saisha Gore was very big for Hungary in that game. Not the same player we saw play last summer for Hungary. Doesn't bring the same kind of energy defensively or offensively. Kish, you and I have been maybe waiting for her to explode. I mean, she averaged almost 15 points a game for Hungary last summer. She was a big reason for their success, and she has not found her rhythm here yet. It's game day 3. Maybe it's going to be her game.
Well, Spanish lineup in shot. Alba Torrens, as we've said, gets the start. It's a roll back the years moment for Alba Torrens. She's played well here, but without a major role. Her defense earlier in the tournament was exceptional. This team is going to need Alba Torrens, that has been a Eurobasket MVP, has been a European Player of the Year, has won whatever you can win in this game. And if they want to get over the line with the win here, she's going to have a huge game. Well, as we said in the Japan game, it's 2,500 people on 5. Can Spain get the win? Or in front of these fans, can Hungary get to an Olympic Games? What an opportunity for Hungary. Wherever you join us, welcome back to Sopron. And Hungary in the red will have a first look at the half court. Struda will release with Keats at the high post. Dubai moves it on. Ulas outside, goes inside, Kiss, knocked away by Lara Gill, whistle on the play. And Hungary will have an end-line possession. Nice cut by Kiss. Good to see her going early and aggressively to the inside.
I like that the first play of the game was ran for her to try and get her a touch.
To the corner, leaves it on, turns it over. Saz goes up off the glass for 2. Katas with the steal and the 2. Iak pushes the other way. Dubai looks inside. Keys is fouled. And again, probably on the floor. 2 breaks for Keys in the block.
Yeah, smart foul though by Cazorla. It would have been an easy 2-point basket for Kish underneath the basket.
Back cut for 2. Spain will get it into the half court. Guerrero will release. And they hit the second side. Katas looks underneath. Cazorla lifting. 10 on the possession. Torrens looks to float into Guerrero on the pick and roll. Blows the layup. Great work by Hill. Hasn't hit the glass. She realizes it. Well, they've already got to call the violation. Recognition by Laura Hill was good, but then missed a little bunny. Spain will work up the floor as Shmuel advances the basketball. Lillick. Again, Keys, that's 3 plays, 3 touches. Greg Keys with a right-hand hook, doesn't get it to drop.
You said it though, I love the fact that this is the game plan. Let's go into her early and see what she can do. Maybe we can try and get her going.
Cazorla with the early 3, doesn't get it to go. The ball just finds its way to Alba Torrens. Reverse layup, a little bit of spin on it is no good. Heels all over the glass. Guerrero with the foul line jumper is good. Great work by here on the glass. I mean, you know her very well. She played for you, and what a great offensive rebounder she is.
Great offensive rebounder, and I think she's one of the best defenders in the women's game. She's one of those where you love her if she's on your team, you hate her if she's on the other team.
Well, Juhas gets the two, and Hungary are just milking the inside. Hard show means that Torrens has to back out a little. Heel is found in the post, whistle on the play. Spain will have it on the end line. But everything to the inside for Hungary. Everything's gone there so far. Dubé picks up the personal. Kapas, Torrens on the curl. Drops it inside. Baseline for the easy two, but blows it. Great move, but then just couldn't finish the play. Liak in transition. Keys gets another touch. Wants it back on a reposition. Dubai goes to the post. Faces up on Torrens, puts it on the floor. Step back, short two is no good. And Keys with the offensive rebound, can't get the putback. Katas leads the break. Torrens thinks about, but turns down the three. Spain hit the second side. Carrera in the block. Kicks it out the post, the extra pass, Carrera, great cut, tough finish.
Both teams really looking to go inside.
Nice speed. Juhas put the ball on the floor, has it knocked away. Struder with a long 16 seconds on the end line. Hands it off, Struder. Tries to turn the corner. Second move to the glass is good. We're tied at 6:20 into. It remains in quarter one. Cazorla, nice pass, Calera. It's all to the inside. Both teams just going deep, really going hard to the inside early here. Right. Gets to the foul line, little runner, doesn't get the drop. Carrera comes down with the rebound, and Torrens in transition. Pulls the trigger for three, count it! Hungary take the timeout. 4 minutes in, they trail 11-6, and Alba Torrens just ignites that Spanish break.
First outside shot really forced Spain with a Torrens transition three.
Védekezés gyakorlatilag zéró, és különösen a lepattanó labda zéró, nekik adunk nekik második esélyeket, amiből aztán ott van a helyzet. Figyeljetek, gyenge oldal, switchből, idejön belül, hogy csak alapvonal felé kell védekezni annak, aki switchen, és a másik oldalon a közepére jövünk segíteni. Érted? Az utolsó ember a közepére, alapvonal felé a switchelre.
Well, we get the replay of the Agnes Struder, nice little second move. Carrera again going to the inside, and you mentioned it there, Shona. Everything is about getting paint touches.
Yeah, both sides. Spain, obviously that was their game plan as well. What I really like is that, you know, Hungary, the first three sets were diagonal screens to try and get Kish touches. She drew 2 fouls. They were on the ground, but she still drew 2 fouls. And now we see Hatar going in, and I can't see them going away from that, especially after the performance that Bernadette Hatar had against Japan 2 days ago.
Hatar releases to the high post, puts it on the floor on the recovery, goes down low. Juhas on the inside, leads back for a beautiful little fadeaway two. That's quality. 6 points already. Torrens floats one off the glass, heels all over the offensive boards. Kathas, heel on the mid-range. It's the the second side. Cazorla for three, it's good. Too much time and space.
And it's that second opportunity. It's now to him reading the offensive rebounds and giving her teammates an extra shot.
Hattar with a turnaround. Can't get it to drop. Keel will advance it. Well, settles for the three. Doesn't get it to go. No one guarding her, so why not? Struder. That's down low again. Looks to reverse, but picked off the pass. Kathas tries to go up, has it taken by Struder, standing out of bounds though. Quick hands by Agnes Struder. And Leka gone by is going to check in. And what an impact the young 21-year-old had the other night. Made some big threes.
She had a great first half with them. It was her and Hattar in the first half, and then it was the other teammates stepping up in the second half that got them that big upset win over Japan.
Torres on the curl, doesn't get the layup to go. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with Spain. Gustafsson checked in for Spain. Has led Spain in scoring in both games. First big tournament, and she's really announced herself.
She really has. Everyone knew, if you follow European basketball, FIBA Women's EuroLeague or Euro Cup, you obviously know who she is, but she has fit in nicely with this Spanish team, especially offensively. I think it's going to take her a little bit of while to figure out how Spain plays on the defensive end. Well,
Gori comes up with deflection, leads the break. Now they're going to have to get into the half court. Aho has it, puts it on the floor, attacks it. Quick release for two. All about the defensive effort to come up with the steal. Rodriguez, Torrens looking very aggressive, very active. Just about gets on Cazorla. Little hesitation to the ring for two. Doesn't get the drop. Gori with the rebound. Hungary in transition, have numbers, just got to make the right decision. Great defense by Gustafsson, but Hattar hunts it down. Struder for the three, count it! Timeout Spain. Agnes Struder with the three. Hungary cut it to one. And Miguel Mendez wants to talk it over.
Hay que estar duras acabándolas, acabándolas hay que estar duras porque va a haber manos todo el rato. Ha metido tres pequeñas para estar con más manos todavía, ¿vale? They go with the first ball inside, yeah? They're going in double team, yeah? Look at inside, they ball out, they inside the game. Vamos a jugar cuando sacamos de fondo alguna vez en ese, que saque Mariona si le defiende la pequeña para que al entrar en el campo no coja la entrada y la provoque.
Well, nice shot there by Struder. As we see it in the highlights, her first three-point basket of this tournament. She has not shot the ball well. We've seen a little bit of frustration from her. This is a good start by both these teams. And really, you and I, after the first game, we said, oh gosh, I don't know if Hungary can compete with any team.
No,
and boy, did they turn things around after a good night's sleep, I guess.
Well, Ortez into the game. Had a really nice first day. Didn't play at all game day two. Zaragoza point guard. Gets the release. Condi puts it on the floor, goes inside and kicks. Gustafsson with the extra pass. Rodriguez for three is off. That's a box out by Gori and a rebound by Hattar. Aho gets Hattar on the trail. Goodbye. Hattar wants it down low. They don't give an angle to get it there. Goodbye stops and pops. He knocks it down. What do you mean about a day off? She doesn't recognize the day off. She has picked it up where she left off on game day 2.
Well, she's young enough that she can play 3 games in 4 days. What I like, though, is the intensity of Corey since she's checked into the game. Everyone, both teams, all these players right now are very much locked in.
Ortiz gets to the foul line, needs a pass, drops it inside to Heel. He feels the double team, turns it over. Aho's going to run that down, and they're going to call the foul on, or they're going to call the violation. I thought they called the foul. They're going to call the 24 violation, yeah. Aho's looking to say, how was going to get that? Well, you know, if the official doesn't know, he has to call that. So, for the frustration of 2,500 people, you can understand it, but had to make a call. Dunbar releases off the down screen. Looks to spin, gets to the lane for 2. How often do you see a young player really break out in one of these tournaments? This is her tournament so far for Hungary. Gustafsson, long 2 is no good. All over the glass. Condi, reverse layup is good for 2. But Sari with the offensive rebound hasn't had a lot of playing time at all, but gets in that line straight away. Hatar, mid-post, guarded by Gustafsson, goes to the turnaround, count it. There's intriguing matchups all over the floor. Ortiz advances it. Rodriguez will turn the corner. Gustafsson for 3, count that. Just lifts into the open space and knocks down the 3.
I like that both coaches going to their benches early, as you saw Achari checking in. Hasn't played yet in this tournament for Spain. Obviously has had a really good season in Girona, playing in Euro Cup Women as well.
Goodbye, he's going to check out. Dubé comes in, hands it off to Aho. Turns the corner, feet set 4-3. Count it! Living on, riding the emotion in the gym. Aho knocks down the 3. Hungary have the 22-19 lead.
Her first made 3-point basket of this tournament as well.
Maria Condi again, almost out of bounds. Gustafsson thought about pulling the trigger for 3. Ortiz with 4 on the possession. Gonna have to go up here. Far side of the ring, doesn't get the drop. And Dubai comes up with a huge rebound. Lilick in transition. Rory once, they turn it down in the block. Hatar, mid-range. Dubai recognizes, wants to give Rory a touch, penetrates off the glass. Hatar with the rebound will go back for 2 and blows it. Whistle on the play, will go to the free throw line. Gotta love this tempo by Hungary.
I absolutely love this tempo. 22 points already. There's a lot on the line, and both teams, we know Spain are through, but they're still playing like, hey, you know what? We want to finish first in this tournament, or as high as they possibly can, because it's not just a ticket to the Olympics, it's also will be standings in groups depending on what pool you're in, how you finish in these 4 tournaments.
Well, Bernadette Hatar goes 2 for 2 from the line. As we have reminded you, she's really recovered brilliantly now for some major ACL surgery and back to where she was. And now they'll do it for the first quarter. Hungary, after a little hesitation at the start, lead it 24-19 over Spain. Great start by the home country.
Oh, there we see the statistics. Hungary, 2 for 2 from 3-point range. I know it's only 2, but one made free is by Aho, and the other is by Studer, who have not made a 3-pointer yet in this tournament. So talking about stepping up when you're given your opportunity, and that's exactly what we're seeing from these Hungarian players. And it's a really different team that we saw from game day one for Hungary. And this is the same team, in my opinion, how they're playing. They're comfortable, they're aggressive, they know each other, they're sharing the ball, they're trying to get touches. They went inside early, both teams went inside early. You know, some uncharacteristic turnovers maybe late in that first quarter by Spain, and that gives Hungary a 5-point lead. I really would never have thought that Hungary against a Spanish defense could score 24 points in a quarter.
And also where they scored them.
Yeah.
The Spanish team is very strong around the ring defensively. But they just took it straight at them and really did pound it to the inside. And that's really loosened up things on the perimeter. Hungary coming out shooting 62%. In the pressure game that they have to win to get to the Olympics is an amazing job by them.
And if Hungary gets to the Olympics, it'll be the first time in 44 years that they participated in the Olympics. So obviously they have, and there's a reason why they're hosting this tournament. They thought this is the best team that they've had in a while and gives them the best chance. And that's why they said, you know what, we have faith in our girls, or women, excuse me, that they can qualify.
Well, you saw that courtside QR code, download that courtside app. Not just the actual action, lots of stats, information around all of FIBA basketball. Ortiz moves it to the side, they look inside, Gustafsson feels a little double team, Hatar knocks it away. Gustafsson never really had it sealed on the back. Dubé has it. Lilik take the ball screen. A little bit, everybody in each other's way on the inside. Gori goes inside to Hatar. That's great execution. Turn around, rims it in and out.
I love to see her turn around and just go straight into the defense instead of fading away. I think she'd have a better opportunity to make it or at least draw a foul.
Sorry, off the left hand, doesn't need it to go. Lily attacks the far side of the ring, wraps the pass around when she probably could have gone up. Gori's on the floor. Gustafsson saves it. Are they going to foul when it would have been tough for Spain to get it over the half? Struder is checking back in. Aho sits. Still have Juhas and Kies out of the game, but he's getting contributions, coach. Out of everyone that steps in. Gustafsson spots up, knocks down the three. It's almost a go-to option right now.
You mentioned it, she's their highest scorer coming off the bench for this Spanish team.
Struder reads the screen, steps back, mid-range two is good. Over the top of Megan Gustafsson. Hungary just going toe-to-toe with Spain. So he drops it inside. Gonna have a whistle on the floor as Struder tried to get around Ortiz. Ortiz gives you that option, doesn't she? She's a long guard.
She is a long guard, and I love seeing her back in a Spanish uniform, especially after the performance that she has had playing with Zaragoza in the Women's EuroLeague this year. One of the surprise teams, for sure, this year.
Back in the post, wants it, gets it, goes straight at Struder. Wraps the pass to the corner. Gustafsson, 3-4-3 from the three-point line. And why wouldn't you keep giving her the ball there?
Well, one was a deep two.
Oh, okay.
But 3 for 3 from the field, all outside.
Yeah. Really tries to turn the corner. Little hesitation, has it knocked away. The ball got stuck, Spain in transition, and they have numbers. Ortiz, inside, outside, to the corner. The mid-range two is no good. Struder cleans up the mess and looks to push. It's a little Draxing from Gori. Keys really puts it on the floor. Keys outside the three-point line, puts it up, knocks it down. And Vera Keys looks to the crowd and says, hey, it may have taken 3 days, but I'm here. Conde will turn that over. And Carrera and Albert Torrens checks back in. Looks like the rotation is that rotation that says Albert Torrens has started.
Yep.
I'm gonna get it back in. And Schroeder advances the basketball. Moves it back. Keys has it knocked away. And Ortiz leaks out, but it blows the two. I almost said leaked out for the easy two, but Schroeder needs a pass. Gori, high-low, they turn down Keys. There's a battle underneath. Keys on the inside and will go to the free throw line. And you've got to love the way Keys has come out. It shows so much character. With this much pressure to react to the game. She hasn't played well. She's playing well right now.
No, she is. Yeah, I mentioned it quickly that she was their leading scorer at the Women's EuroLeague. That top 4 place finish, which gave them the opportunity to play in this tournament, to host this tournament. She was 15 points a game. Here in Hungary, she's averaging only 4 points a game, shooting 25% from the field. Just has not looked like the Quiche that we were used to seeing play for Hungary last summer.
Absolutely. And she's getting it done right now. Misses the second one. Uhas almost comes up with the offensive rebound, but Torrens leads the break at speed. Cazorla. Carrera's the second foul, puts it on the floor and kicks it. Carrera's got a huge mismatch underneath. Schroeder's going to be called for the foul, but she did what she had to do.
Yeah.
Steal it or foul. She will not want to pull a third, though. Well, that's only down as a first. Didn't she pick up one earlier on?
I thought she picked up one earlier as well.
In the same
scenario.
Yeah. Deborah Dubé will check out. Aho comes back in. But they've only got it down for the one foul. And there's people whose job it is to count those, so. Alba Torrens curls, gets it off to Cazorla, back cuts. Laura Hill back in. They reverse it. Alba Torrens stops, steps into the gap, can't get the two to go. Schroeder hunts it down. Keys leads the break, easy two. Super decision by Schroeder. Great execution by Keys. And you can see the intensity on this with this Hungarian team.
Everyone in this gym, especially the players, knows what's at stake. A win means they are going to go to the Olympics for the first time in 44 years. Not a single one of those players was even born.
Cada vez estamos más blandas acabando. Vamos blanditas acabando. Y no hay contactos. Hay que ser más agresiva. Una vez que hemos jugado directo y hemos movido como orden, a partir de ahí hay que ser más duras. Porque si no vamos a acabar tirando desde la grada. Porque cada vez estamos más atrás. ¿Vale? Hay que ir.
Well, with 6 minutes remaining in the half, that's Spain's second timeout. Coach Mendez is done in terms of timeouts. They're just, well, firstly, they've got to play better defense on the inside, right?
You know, I think they're just making everything too easy. They're not taking away outside shots, but they're also not taking away the inside touches that Hungary have been getting. And, you know, I'm not really surprised. Laura Hill back in, she is their best defensive inside player. But I also think that maybe, you know, missed opportunities on the offensive end, good rebounding by Hungary. They're pushing it. They're playing the kind of tempo that they want to play. You can tell right now that every single one of these Hungarian players is playing with a lot more confidence than we saw earlier in the tournament.
Absolutely. That just sums up what we're seeing. But after the timeout, Spain have to. You'd expect them to run whatever Coach Mendez wants them to run. Call on the back screen to try and flare Torrens to get open. And the official, I think, trying to explain to Coach Mendez that, yeah, he's made the call. Let's just move on. Oh, great pass, foul on the hold, and I don't think Dubai was actually ready for the pass to be made. Ball comes in, she just got sealed.
I think that's also a big difference between a veteran going up against a younger player.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is kind of worrisome. I mean, 5 fouls already for Hungary. There's just under 6 minutes to play in the quarter. Spain stay aggressive. They could just get all their points from the free throw line.
And they only committed 1 foul in the first quarter. So Spain have been aggressive, have been trying to go inside. Now, as you say, they're going to have to make the throws, and it'll be interesting to see how Hungary deal with that team foul situation. Torrens for the second free throw is good. Aho, who's also having a great season in EuroLeague women. Here in Hungary, Keys looks to hand it off. Dubai. Keys tries to get Hill on the back. Great defense by Laura Hill. That's a pass from Struder. Foul on the play. Struder's pass was just led Keys to the open side. Great look.
Did you see how hard Keish had to work to try and get possession against Laura Hill? And you mentioned it, Struder's the one who says, no, I'm going to throw the ball there. You go get it there. That's where you're going to have an opportunity to score.
That's a real heads-up guard play.
That's Laura there. You go get it there. That's where you're going to have an opportunity to score.
That's a real heads-up guard play.
That's Laura's second personal foul. And I mentioned it when she checked in. She is their best defender.
Flat out, no debate.
No, yeah.
Well, it's an 8-point lead for Hungary. As well, it goes off the screen, needs a pass, finds one. Carrera outside, Hill wants it inside. She has the mismatch. And they're going to call Aho for the foul because she was holding the inside arm.
Oh, no.
I thought she was trying to three-quarter, but she wrapped her other arm. That's kind of a veteran move by Laura Hill as well.
Yeah. She's got to lose that contact, though, hasn't she? Aho's got to lose it.
And especially when you know that your team is already in the bonus, you don't want to be overly aggressive where it's easier for the referee to just make a call.
Laura Hill misses the first. And Spain just look a little bit out of sync offensively, rhythm-wise. They're just not really executing. You've got to credit the Hungarian defense for that. Here's Agnes Struder, who will advance the basketball. Juhas. Turns the shoulders. Gets chased by Carrera, mishandles it. 5 on the possession. Struder steps back for the long 3. Count it! Kiss the window for the 3. Double-digit lead.
So deflating if you're Spain. You play great defense for 24 seconds.
Wide open, Torrens in the corner, can't answer. Juhas with a big defensive rebound. Aho has a chance to run and they have numbers. Dubai in the corner, the house is going to come down if she makes that. Chance to go the other way, now Spain have numbers. Aho gets back and outworks everybody. Great effort. Struder says, hey, let's get in the half court. Get a shot we want. Struder, everyone spots up. Goodbye, short for 3. Keys is on the glass, can't control it. Spain will have the basketball. And Veronica Kanyasi checks in for her first minutes of this tournament.
Both coaches going to the bench with some players who haven't played yet in the tournament.
Again, Kanyasi's had a EuroLeague women's season with DVTK. won't be fazed by the level, but the atmosphere of the tournament. This is the first opportunity she's had to get her feet on the floor. Torrance goes inside to him. Far side of the ring, can't get the shot to go. And you've got to say, has just played defense. Aho, little hesitation, gives it up. Deep cut for Keys, off the glass for two. And Spain with no timeouts are really backs against the wall time right now. Got it through substitutions, Gray still. Almost recovered as well. Catholic goes baseline, turns it over. And Yassi has it, needs a pass. Aho. Keys going baseline. Juhas for three is off. And Cazorla comes down with it and pushes. No option, needs a pass. Albert Torrens is off left. And Keys and Hungary,
they need to slow it down. I think both teams look a little gassed right now.
And Hungary going to take the timeout with 2:30 to go. Juhas picks and pops, goes back to Struder. Stops, pops, knocks down the two. And as you just said, Spain look really gassed right now.
Hungary are playing at a tempo that Spain don't really like.
Cazorla, stops, pops, takes the three, can't get it to go. Carrera is outnumbered on the glass. There's a wave of momentum here for Hungary, they're riding it. Struder slows it up, has a mismatch, you can see her penetrate against. Carrera fouls, they have fouls to give Spain, so no real harm done. If you're Hungary, do you take the timeout or you just ride this emotion and the momentum?
Spain doesn't have any more timeouts.
No, they don't.
I know he's going to lose it if he doesn't use it heading into the second half. But the way it's going, right, you know what? Maybe you have an out of bounds later, right at the end of the quarter. Go ahead and use it then, because you don't want to give Spain a break. They are tired right now. Yeah, they made some subs, but they're still tired.
And Yassi gets it too. In the corner, they go inside. Juhas has it knocked away. Kathaf leads the break. Gustafsson's back in. Kassas, the lane opens up for two. She bowed out.
She tried or was expecting to get hit and earn a trip to the free throw line instead of just going up to score.
Pass gets it off to Struder. Hatar. It's a super pass by Struder because she just led her to the ring and Hatar wasn't really sure she was getting it.
It was a great pass by Struder. But what I love seeing is your 2'8" player diving on the ground, forcing the jump ball because she knows how important every possession is and how badly she wants to be playing at next summer's Olympics.
Hungary take the timeout.
Most az alakulnál bedobásra, figyelj! Alakulnál bedobás!
Ágítva labdával. Jó, ment ide itt. Jó, itt jöjjön a Vera. Vera, elfutsz ide. Most egy kör. Jó, ebből Ági, meg tudod passzolni meg a Verát. Ha nem veszi, lépjék ide. Egy időben, mikor ő elindul,
Kish, you see there with the move inside, has really come out. She's just been more aggressive. She's been more confident. Every single one of these players for Hungary are playing a lot more confident than they played, especially in game day one. And it's enjoyable to watch.
Absolutely.
But I think their big win over Japan is what has given them the confidence.
Well, Spain showed the 2-3 zone out of bounds. And they really just had to get it in. Struder steps back for the three. Count it! Oh, she's in a different place.
Struder is in her own world here at the Sopron Arena.
Cazorla off the glass, poor shot. Hattar hunts it down, cleans up the mess. Lilic has a chance to push in the lane. Foul on the floor.
Smart foul by Casas. Slow down, probably an easy break. 2-point basket.
Yassi will take the ball screen. Pass goes deep, but they find Hattar mid-range, poor pass. Great read though by Casas, who really saw that, read it, and bleeds the break for Spain. Rodriguez can't leave her with any space, nor can you leave Gustafsson. But Hattar is a little bit of a different proposition when she's out there at 2 meters 8 challenging that shot. We're going to call that away from the basketball.
I thought it was going to be almost a double foul, but I think Gustafsson just trying to bump the cutter down the lane before. You know, you always ask your bigs to run, head on the rim, post up if you have an opportunity.
Hattar on the free throw line. Opportunity to give Hungary, I'll say this very slowly, a 19-point margin. Which she does. Spain will try and get some momentum back going into the half. They should hold for the last shot at what has been a tremendous performance by the home club. Rodriguez tries to square and look inside. The mid-range two is no good. Sorry, can't get it to drop. And we have reached the half. The crowd are in dreamland here. Hungary still have a long way to go, but they lead it at the half, 46-27.
Well, I'm not sure you and I would have guessed this score at half, having watched these two teams play earlier in the weekend. So there you see it, 63% from 2-point range, but 62% from 3. And a lot of that has to do with Agnes Studer, who hadn't even made a 3 heading into today's game. As you see the top scorers as well. Gustafsson, no surprise, coming off the bench with 8 points. And then Studer, 15 points. But I'm also very impressed with Kish. This is the best game she's had. She waited until the last day when everything was on the line to have one of her best games.
Well, the two players that were fun. At various points come back and do stuff. We'll be back to show this second half and see if Spain can get back in the game.
Education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they would do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
Gets a beat set, puts it up, gets the three to go! Hungary with a 53-48 lead at the end of three.
Anderson darting in. Vaughn Anderson with Serbia on her back. Puts it in. And now getting 10-2 with the credit. Maltas a couple of jab steps, now attacking. Rejected by Magmagor. She swallowed that basketball.
And Li Yuan just goes for the circus pass to young Li Wei. And what a start for China on the timeout. Look at her go, Johannes. Oh my God! She had that ball in her hand for that whole possession.
Oh, what a block by Carlson! Oh, at the buzzer, she just rejects Lauda Hill.
Beck banks it in! And the points to come! Well, that's, if you call that a well-executed play, pass it in, a high on-ball screen. Beck took her time, showed her poise as the clock was ticking down.
Well on top, look at this pass from Adamon. Make the easy play.
Great behind the back. No doubt that will be a highlight, top 10 play.
Michelle Goury. Johannes on behind the back for Nate. Can she finish it off? Wow! You saw a nice little smile on her face. The players point to each other, acknowledging, recognizing that she made that extra pass, Johannes.
Get it to Plum. She gets free. She puts it up. And oh! Are they going to count it? Has she made it? They're going to review it. They will go and review this. If they have won on that play, that will be a stunner from Brianna Stewart. That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
Well, welcome back to Sopron as we look at the top scorers of that first half. And we were just talking, Shona. Agnes Struder has just probably had her best half of basketball for Hungary.
I think she definitely has. She was a big part of their success last summer as well, let's not forget, but not 15 points in a first half. Look at that, perfect from the field. 3 of 3 from 2-point range, 3 of 3 from 3-point range with some big time threes as well. So, I mean, good players, they know how to step up in the most important games, and this is what you're seeing right now from Hungary.
And she has 5 assists on top of those points. So
she's doing everything.
I mean, it's a demonstration of how to lead your team from the point guard, get your own options when they're the right options. She's just been, and Spain are going to have to decide how they're going to defend her right now. Unless Coach Mendes says she ain't going to play that well again. But when she comes off the pick and roll, what's he going to do? Carries on the same, she'll be the top scorer on the game.
Yeah, but I really think, you know, they have to change something up defensively if you're Spain. You can't allow Hungary, you can't allow any team to shoot in the 60s from 3-point range or inside the paint, because that's just a nightmare. Of course you're gonna, you're gonna give a very good opportunity, and that's why Hungary are up 19 right now. Yeah, Gustafsson, she's come in, she's done some good stuff for them offensively, but they need defensive performances.
Yeah. I mean, she's like, while you've got Gustafsson on the floor, the 3-point line is a real factor for you, but they can't trade baskets in the second half. You know, they've given up 46 and they've only got 27. You know, do the maths. It's like, if you let Hungary go out there and score 30, you've got to score 50. And yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot, and it's, is it going to be, does the Spanish team have enough? Well, they obviously have enough to shoot better numbers than 26% from 2. They're not going to have a half shooting that low again. It's absolutely, as you say, how can they get stops? Do they do something different on the pick and roll? Yeah. Do they look at the zone? Do they, how can they, what option? Because the one great thing about Spain is technically they have all their options in the locker. They can decide they're going to play differently defensively. If it was you, where would you go?
I mean, we know that Spain has qualified for Paris 2024 with a win or a loss. Hungary need to win. If they lose, they are not advancing. They are not going to the Olympics. If Spain ends up losing, we still know that they will go, and Canada will not make it out of this group. But it's not just about, qualifying, getting that ticket for the Olympics. You also, these games, they will matter in group placings for the Olympics. There's 2 groups in the Olympics, correct? 6 teams. The higher you finish, the better chance or better group you could possibly be in. So if I'm Spain, one, you're a competitive athlete. Every game you want to play, you want to win. And I saw it the first 6 minutes, 8 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden it's as though Spain got tired. You don't see this Spanish team get tired often in the last 10 years.
Well, and maybe one of the things we talked about before the game, they've had down moments. They've had like really flat periods in this tournament so far. Christina Wiener coming in at the point really did play with a lot of toughness, and not having her toughness on the roster tonight may be a big factor that we possibly have underestimated, but they're going to have to do it without her. They're down 19. As I think we said earlier in the tournament, the important thing for them in the first place is they have to win the third quarter. Even if it's by 1, they have to win the third quarter. This hole can't get any deeper. If it gets deeper, I think we might have one hell of a big party around us in 20 minutes of playing time. And there'll come a point in this game if Spain don't get any momentum that this crowd is going to be more than the 6th player. That they are going to be carrying this team over the line.
Oh, there's 2,500 fans here trying to cheer on this Hungarian team to their first Olympics in a very long time. I think it was 98 was the last World Cup, so the last major event that they participated in outside of Eurobaskets. They were at the Eurobasket last year, obviously, with that 4th place finish. And then they didn't even qualify in 2021. So it's really been up and down. You said in the late 90s, you and I were talking that Hungary were good, really good. But, you know, I would have to admit that in the last few years, at least the professional basketball being played in Hungary, I felt like is a lot more competitive than it has been in the years past. You have 3 EuroLeague teams typically. You know, Sopron, they're not in EuroLeague this year, but they won EuroLeague back in 2022. They always have some of the best players. You have Miskolc, DVTK, who have had a surprise season with a lot of Hungarian players on their team. You have Gior, who, you know, struggled a little bit, but you have a lot of players who play in Gior who are also playing for their national team. And then I think that helps build your national team program when you have a strong professional league also in your country.
And if you've got the core of your national team playing within EuroLeague, they're used to, it's not a shock when they go up against this level of opposition. Spain coming back onto the floor. Gustafson's going to start. Maria Conde will start the second half. Didn't start the game. In fact, had limited minutes in that first half. Rodriguez is out on the floor, so it's a very different starting lineup for the second half in Spain. And Coach Mendes had to do something different. He had to look for an option that was going to give him a different look, and that's what he's gone with.
He hasn't gone to his bench a lot, but he has very, very talented and experienced players on his bench as well, and I think that's why we're seeing Ortiz get the start and also Rodriguez. She had a good first game for them. They lost to Japan, but she came in and was really a difference maker.
Absolutely. Well, Hungary are 20 minutes away from an historic win. Only 20 minutes down between them, but Spain in 20 minutes can really turn it up a level. That's what they're going to have to do. Ortiz starts the second half for Spain with the basketball.
And don't forget, Cristina Oviña, one of the leaders of the Spanish team, is not playing today.
Well, that's great hustle defensively, and that's out of bounds. And Carrera turned down an open mid-range too to kick it. They've got to get the scoreboard ticking over. They don't have to do all this in a hurry. Struder extends the floor to relieve the pressure by Aho. Flicks to the foul line, down the lane. Can't finish, will go to the free throw line.
And, you know, I talked a lot at halftime about Hungary and their offense. They're shooting in the 60s from 2- and 3-point range. Let's not forget about their defense. They held a very good Spanish team to 27 points in a half.
Yeah, 8 points in a quarter is a crazy number that none of the pre-game prep by anybody would have had Spain getting single digits in a quarter. Aho can't make the first of the free throws. Restores Norman service, makes the second, which is normal, as he's pretty much an 80% free throw shooter. Gustafsson outside. Conde curls, but has to pop back. A lot of action by Spain, so not really creating a lot of advantage. Conde catches, attacks it. Ortiz can't get it away. And
How
that's
about that?
Back-to-back violations.
Back-to-back turnovers going against Spain. And, you know, this is a Spanish team. They like to get out, they like to run, they take risks defensively, but they also do offensively. So to come out of the halftime, you're already up 19, you're now up 20, and you get 2 defensive stops against Spain.
Struder will advance the basketball. They've got to make things happen at this end of the floor, Spain. Nowhere to go. They're going to call the foul as Ortiz just went a little bit too aggressive. Struder had nowhere to go. She didn't really have to do too much here, Ortiz, but picks up the personal. Struder is the release. Fine girl. Looks to hand it off. Spins, goes the other way. Looks at her options. Goes to Keys on the foul line. Puts up the long two against the wall.
You know it's your night when the ball rolls around the rim and then just goes in.
Rodriguez, Ortiz. Someone's got to take some responsibility. At the moment, it's only Gustafsson from the three-point line. And I don't see that's the way back for Spain.
No.
Struder has it knocked away. That's what they need, stops. They have numbers down the break. Nice lead pass. Conde is fouled. Will go to the free throw line. And Aho just took one for the team.
That was a good, I think it's a good call.
Yeah.
And she helped her up after. You know, it can be one of those, maybe a little bit dangerous sometimes, but that was a good foul by her. Great hustle getting back.
On the free throw line. Makes the second and ticks it over. That's the first points of this second half after 2 minutes of play. And now Spain go to a different look. Show the 2-3 matchup. Struder gets in the seat. Geese up for three. Doesn't get it to go. Geese on the glass. He's blocked. Rodriguez has a chance to lead the break. Catch by Carrera off the glass. The foul was on the floor. It'll be an end-line possession. Good push by Spain out of the stop. Signs of life, perhaps.
Yeah, signs of life. They got to get some defensive stops, and that's what you've seen them do, and they're running the floor fast. Aho, that's her third foul, so no surprise she's going to come out.
But Lilich checks back in. Ortiz will have to pop to release. Condi out top. Rodriguez will take the ball screen, needs a pass. Kerr goes high-low. Gustafsson in the post is held. And will go to a line for two, and that's a better place for Gustafsson to try and go to work.
I like that high-low action.
Makes them both, gets the friendly roll on the second.
You mentioned it, they can cut into the lead, outscore Hungary this quarter, even if they're trailing 12, heading into the last 10 minutes.
Pass off the glass, that's a super pass, great catch and release. Just sliced in the seam. Conde gets to the elbow, needs a pass. Gustafsson moves it on. Conde with the three, has to get something going and does.
Well, they fall back into their zone, which with the way that Hungary are shooting the ball today.
Juhas off the glass again, now one. They're just cutting into the seams and they're passing the ball absolutely beautifully. Well, Juhas already had a profile as an elite player, but announcing herself as an elite player at the elite end. Every game she has performed, and she's had a great Women's EuroLeague season as well.
You know, she went to school in the university. That's why she wasn't with Hungary. Well, we're assuming she wasn't with Hungary at the Eurobasket. Drafted into the WNBA. Has had good games in Skio. Doesn't always, you know, when she gets the opportunity, it seems like she has a really good game.
Gustafsson will skip it. Conde attacks the closeout, gets all the way to the ring for the two. This is a little bit more like Maria Conde. It's a very long zone that Spain can put on the floor. They've just got to put contact. Now they'll go man-to-man late. We saw this earlier in the tournament against Japan. Got a little bit of success then. Keys fills the double team. Inside out is foul.
In 1.3 seconds, they foul. And I think it was a reach-in foul. One of those kind of a little bit more awareness of shot clock, because even if she had kicked it out to the shooter, who was it? It's Horvath. So she is a very good shooter. There was 1.3 seconds. Who knows if she would have got it off in time? Probably not.
Pass gets it off to tries to turn the corner on the screen. Now she's got to reverse the basketball. Her that attacks the closeout. Inside kicks. Dubé from her spot. She made a big time three against Japan, but no time on the clock and was really well guarded. So there's the stop. They get a stop. They come down the floor and get a score. They start to eat into the lead. Gustafsson will sit after 4 minutes in this third quarter. They will advance it. Ortiz wants to go to the post, has the miss out, but Juhas will help down. Rodriguez hasn't found space to get that three-point shot away. Conde hits the second side. Ortiz, mid-range two, is short. Not a lot happened in the offense for Spain then. Lilik. Offensive foul away from the basketball, called on Bernard Keys. First foul for her, fourth team foul for Hungary. Both teams in the penalty right now. Possession by possession for Spain. It's a long way back, but you've got to do it one step at a time. Ortiz will go back to Conde, who's looked really active. Great pass. Carrera on the inside, has to score and one.
Great job. I like this offense that they're starting to do the last few possessions down Spain. They're moving the ball. They're looking for different options, different players. You know, they'll have a ball reversal. More than 2 or 3 players are touching it, and they're getting good looks out of that.
Well, Kakat and Cazorla come back in. They started the game and have been pretty much the first choice 1 and 2 spots for Spain in this tournament. Well, they've got a little bit of momentum to work with right now. Chance to cut this to a 15-point lead. Horvath will lead it. Still going to show that zone early. Now they're going to come out. They're going to offer Horvath the 3. Well, they dodged that bullet. Kathas. He looks up high-low. Goes inside. That's a great seal. But Carrera can't make the 2. Horvath gets into a little spot, goes inside to Hatar for 2.
How about Horvath yesterday in the second half? Sorry, not yesterday, on game day 2. Coming in with some big minutes for them.
Conde, Carrera, Cazorla. Conde wide open for 3, get it. Timeout Hungary. Maria Conde almost single-handedly, whether it be on the pass or the perimeter with the shot, is building the momentum for Spain. They trail by 16 with 4:13 to go in the third, but they're in credit.
Gyerekek! Figyelj! Figyelj, gyerekek, túl sok a váltás, nem vagyunk elég agresszívak a mezőnyben. A mezőnyökre kell agresszívabban jönnie, hogy ne kelljen váltani, mert nagyon szépen kijátszák belőle és beteszik a labdát. Oké? Hát az a fontos, és utána, hogyha pedig megy befelé a labda, az ott egy automatikus csapda, értitek? Az automatikus csapda. Figyelj, focus. Hey, I'm no passenger.
Well, you saw the field goal shooting percentages there. Spain have picked it up a little bit with their efficiency, especially from the outside shots. And a large part of that is thanks to Maria Conde, as she's had a great start, 2 of 2 from three-point range. 9 points already in this third quarter, just for Maria Conde herself. And you mentioned it, I know they're chipping away. They only have a 3-point advantage over Hungary in this quarter, but there's still 4 minutes left. Right now, with the way that Spain is playing, they could go down even in maybe single digits heading into the fourth.
Well, hold that. Gets it over the timeline. Goodbye. Looks to get his shoulders square. Goodbye. They turn down Attar. Gori in the game. Goes deep. Great defense by Condi. Attar never sealed her. Never sealed her off at all. Spain a chance to cut into the 16 right now.
There's just a great defensive effort to try and get around and get a touch on the pass as well.
Wide open. 4 to 3 is no good. And Cathar, they're coming back. They've got to knock down the wide open looks. Attar is the release. All that. Lost their way a little bit. That'll be offensive. They've lost any sort of rhythm in the last few minutes, and Conde draws the offensive foul. Everything good happening for Spain at the moment goes through Maria Conde.
Defensively, offensively, it's the Maria Conde show, especially this quarter. Let's see here. Well, I mean, I think that's a good... Yeah, Maria Conde, she didn't make an effort to not hit the screen, but the problem was Gori never set her feet either.
Yep. Ferreira will hand it off. Conde. Ferreira will hand it off. Conde tries to turn the corner, down the lane, gets a little contact. And I think that one hurt. Stayed down. Or does she need a rest?
Probably a little bit of both. She's played 7 consecutive minutes. She started the quarter here for the Spanish team. Hasn't come out yet. It was the right help. It was just a little bit late by Hattar.
Conde with a chance to cut this to 14. 2 for 2 from the line. Stop and a score, stop and a score. So they get another stop and momentum starts to build. Show the 2-3 zone again. Aho has it.
Yeah, they typically go into Clark, they typically go into man after a few passes, but it's been working for them.
Hattar rolls, is fouled. And again, with the high post pick and roll with Hattar, she's not going to go really deep. She's going to go that sort of halfway, and you've got to be there earlier. You've got to pick her up early.
It, yeah.
You know you're going to like show hard, so you've got to get rotation from the help side. Hattar from the free throw line. And she has looked as good as she's looked since recovering and doing all the work, the rehab to come back.
I even thought last summer, she was still kind of moving with a little bit of a limp. She looked a little gingerly, couldn't give them, a lot of consecutive minutes. But since she has got, since game day 2, it was the old Hattar before her ACL injury.
Well, foul at the halfway line will be 2 free throws. for Meki Kazola. Shot 80%, just short of 80% for Prague in the EuroLeague women.
Speaking of that, a lot of players on most of these players on both these teams know each other very well, also from the FIBA Women's EuroLeague. Obviously, Hatar plays in Salamanca with a few of these Spanish players.
Well, they keep it back to 14. Aho. Corey will hand it off. Aho turns down the screen, goes off, tries to go to the hoop, and she will go to the free throw line. Strong move.
Yeah, really strong move. Because Sass, we didn't quite see it, but you know, she was anticipating Aho using the on-ball screen, and Aho actually rejected it.
Yeah. It's one of those moments you've got to make her use it.
Yep. Yeah, because then you give up a step almost. And exactly why Aho is at the free throw line right now.
And your help's not ready because you're expecting the ball screen. All those points, and Aho goes 1 for 2. Casas and Aho are going to be cooked. We're going to have the jump ball. And Aho, because the possession arrow favors Hungary, gets a huge ovation from let's just say 2,400 people, because there's a number of Spaniards in the gym. 14-second reset. They go long. 5. Goes at Lara Hill. Nowhere to go. Needs a pass. Hill, that's just defense. That's going to be a reaching foul on Hatar.
Yeah, not the defense. I don't think that was a smart decision by Rekka Dombay there. Yeah, she has the mismatch, but Laura Hill, she just moves her feet way too quick. You're not going to take Laura off the dribble one-on-one and get an easier good look. And most likely you're going to turn the ball over, and that's exactly what happened.
See, while the lead remains about this, Hungary trying to protect Struder with her 3 fouls. And at the moment, they're being successful at doing that. Hill gets the roll. Chance to make it a 13-point game, which is as close as Spain have been in a very, very long time. Hill does. She'll step out. Sari comes in, and what was a short rotation for Spain on the inside has become a little bit longer in this game, because she's now in regular rotation today. Showed the 2-3 zone early. Dubai moves it on. Hatar rolls for the easy 2. That's just hoping. All Spain did was hope that Hungary didn't go inside there until they could get back to the man. Guerrera hands it off. Cathan. Terrence. Beautiful pass. Sari misses the easy 2. Aho. Goes inside to Hatar. And 1. And all the work that Spain have just done has been undone.
Yeah.
Missed the easy 2. 2 easy deep catches. Timeout Spain. 1:39 to go in the 3, and their backs are firmly up against the wall.
A ver, estamos, una vez que empezamos en la marcha y vamos a individual, el pick and roll vamos a saltar, no a cambiarlo primero. Nuestro equipo tiene que estar atento a recoger el rol. No podemos llegar tarde a estas cosas, ¿eh? Vamos en ataque a unos, intentando involucrar, pasamos el balón lateral donde esté Hatar, para que el pick and roll sea sobre Hatar. Y jugada ahí a repiquear, ¿vale? Si ataco, luego al lado contrario, esquina, jugada hacia.
Köszönjük Borsod Eszkusz, kedves közönség!
closer, and then you give up 2 deep catches.
You almost could have gone into half down 10, maybe even 9, and then all of a sudden, all the momentum, like you said, and the hard work and the good work on the defensive end, it was paying off. They were getting good looks offensively, but you miss baskets, easy baskets. The other team has an opportunity to run, and I don't know, you saw Coach Mendez say, well, yeah, but Hatar kind of hit her first. Maybe she did, but you let her get really deep position.
Hatar completes the 3-point play. Already has 15 today. Graphic came up before the free throw. Kathas moves it on. Alba Torrens. Apart from that little 3 early on has been no factor. Gazala for 2.
Still a minute 20. You get a couple of defensive stops in a row, scores on the other end. You can feel good about your quarter, but you need to get a stop.
Just got to win this quarter. Aho, Hatar gets it deep. Nessie looks, no option, needs a pass. Aho for 3 is long. Oh, Candy Assi comes up with offensive rebound and she had no right to get, just went looking for it. And that gets a huge response from the crowd. Aho, Hatar rolls. Nice look, great rotation by Carrera. Better series for Spain, they stayed with the play.
I don't think, not great clock awareness there by Hungary on that possession, but they made Spain have to defend again, and now there's less time on the game clock. I think it would be smart for Spain to take a good look quickly here, try and find a good opportunity so you're gonna get the ball back.
That's just flared. Torrens will take the ball 3, looks to go down the middle. The pass was never there. Combined with great rotation, Kathas is going to recover it. Should be an easy 2 for Carrera, and is. Now Hungary have to hold for the last shot. They do not want to give up any more of that lead they had at the half. They lead by 14 with the basketball. Last possession of the 3rd quarter. Corey. Steps back for 3 is no good.
We saw her do that yesterday, 2 days ago, though, against Japan at the end of the 3rd quarter as well.
Well, there it is, 60-54. There's a chink of light at the end of the tunnel for Spain. They won the quarter by 5. They're on the way back at the end of 3.
Well, much better shooting by Spain in that 3rd quarter. There you see the percentages. And they also did the work defensively because Hungary were shooting in the 60s at 3-point range. They've taken that away. Every time you felt like Spain had a little bit of momentum, though, someone from Hungary came up with big baskets. And, well, they won it by 5. They're still down 14. They have a lot of work to do. I think you got to put Maria Conde back in because she was really the difference maker defensively and especially offensively for Spain.
It's going to be tough, though, isn't it? If they get to 70, 72 points, looking at Spain having to score 20 plus, as long as they don't get 2, we will protect. If they get to the stage where they can try and protect what they have, that's the best thing that could happen for Spain, because teams that get into that mode find it very hard to get out of it if Spain get a run.
Well, you know, if you look at experience, obviously, I'm just talking national team experience, Spain have a lot more experience, especially at this level, having to qualify for events, World Cups, Olympics. Spain knows what it takes. Hungary, you know, with the inexperience at this kind of a competition, could they get a little bit nervous and have those nerves start to take over in this last quarter? They held on against Japan and they continue to execute and play and do exactly what they wanted to do, so we'll find out.
Well, the great news now, they protected Schroeder. She didn't pick up her 4th. She's back at the start of this 4th quarter. The trouble for her is she sat down for so long. Is she going to be able to get back to where she was just phenomenal in that first half? Only time will tell. But Spain will have the first possession of this 4th quarter. They have to keep it ticking over. Ate Cazorla gets it into the half court. Kathas. Zola gets it back. Guerrero on the pick and roll, dives. Needs a pass. Through the eye of a needle, that pass, but Gori helped. And the ball will go to Hungary. And that's a great read by Gori.
Great read,
yeah.
You know, and Cthulhu, I think she's better than that, and I've seen her play better than that. Pass fake, find the open person, because Gori left her man before the pass even went.
And that's been the difference, hasn't it? The reads like that. Hungary have made them, Spain haven't. Hatar gets into the seam high, is the release. Skluda to the corner. Aho wants to go inside to Hatar, can't get it there. Turns the corner, stops and pops, doesn't get it to drop. Torrens with a defensive rebound. And she'll advance the basketball. Extra pass, got that. Someone's going to want to put the shot up. The three is off, whistle on the play.
Oh, I think a foul was called. So 3 free throws will be awarded to Maite Cthulhu, who's a good free throw shooter. And I think the referee said that Hatar put her hand up too. I think she didn't let the shooter land.
Yeah.
Which is one of those that referees really look for that, because you have to protect shooters.
Absolutely right. Just ticking it over. Back to 13. This will make it a 12-point game. You know the crowd will get a little edgy if it gets to single digits. Cuts it to 12, and this one of the three will come. Gustafsson and Kiel in the game as well. Skluda, and Hungary can't get negative here. They've got to be the same team that's been playing. Skluda has it turned over. 2-on-1 break. Torrens off the glass for 2. Timeout Hungary. We're at single digits. We have a game here. 8:48 to go in the fourth. Great start to this fourth quarter by Spain. They trail at 55-64. And then Hungary can't play worried.
No, they can't. They need to stay aggressive. They need to, this is what I said, sometimes experience, if you haven't been in this situation before, you know that maybe time is on your side, but you need to stay with what worked the entire time. I mean, Spain were down 22 points at one point. They have never had a big lead in this game outside of the first few minutes. 4 minutes in the first quarter, I would say. So right now, momentum, all Spain. You have to know that Canada fans are watching this back home as well and saying, come on, Spain, you've got to come back and pull that off. Because we do know that if Spain wins, Hungary will be out and Canada will move on, as well as Japan beat Canada earlier today. If Hungary wins, Canada is going to miss out on the Olympics.
And just to explain the why, that will just be because Spain beat Canada. So in a head-to-head between the two teams with one win, they will miss out. 2-3 zone, at least showing the 2-3 zone.
Which they've done the entire second half.
And apart from when Hungary have gone inside, they really have struggled to get good options. They've got to get inside touches. Juhas will hand it off to Aho.
It's not really a 2-3 zone. They get out of it. Well, they didn't get out of it that
jumper. Hits the back iron. Big possession here, just maintaining momentum, Spain. Hill will hand it off. Zola, reverse layup, gets the drop. Tough finish on the far side of the ring. 7-point game. They need a bucket. Anywhere will do. Great defense on the inside by Albert Torrens. Skluda goes long. Juhas can't hold it. Gustafsson comes up with a steal. Kathas. Gustafsson wanted it on the three-point line, didn't get it. Kid. Kathas on the floor is fouled, and you could say should have made the two.
I was gonna say again, you felt like she just sort of threw it up. Yeah, the foul that time at least was already called. She took the contact. And she's trying to say, she had time to shoot the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Because the foul was called on that, second step already.
And that's underlines why. Finish the play, only shoot one. But they're still moving in the right direction, Spain, to make it a 6-point game. 0 for 2, but Heel just grabs the rebound, and Struder just wanted it so much. Gets his arms around it. It's going to be a held ball. And that should be Spain, I think, on the possession arrow. Yes, it is. That's out top, Torrance grabs it, Lara Heath, 5 on the possession. Kathas needs a pass, Gustafsson, foul line jumper is good. Whistle on the play.
Oh, it's going to be a box out whistle going against Aho, so Spain are going to get the ball back. This could be a 5-point, turnaround for Spain. But Laura Hill, how else do you box her out? She's so good at reading the ball and where it's going to come off.
Katha. Torrance curls, gets in the lane. Hill gets set for 2. And we have a 3-point game. The 14-point margin has just disappeared in no time. Juhas.
They were up 19 points at half mark.
Turnover. We got a 1-point game. Kathas with the steal and the 2. And Struder, who was so good for a half, has got to come to play right now. Takes the ball screen, looks inside, no option. Lilik for the 3, got it!
And the crowd desperately needed that. So did the Hungarian players.
Absolute clutch 3. Hill.
Haven't scored in 3.5 minutes until that 3-point shot by Lilik.
Kathas goes soft off the screen, goes harder now, turns inside. Larry Hill is going to be fouled on the floor. And if you want a demonstration of how to screen, seal, and release, it's all in that play. Super execution by Larry Hill. I still don't think she gets the credit she deserves. She is just a phenomenal national team basketball player. Look at that, seals her on her back. Beautiful pass into the space. Draws the contact, fouls on the floor. Torrance release. Gustafsson moves it on. Cazorla is short. Great defensive rebound by Juhas.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Maria Conde check back into the game, especially considering she's a big reason for that momentum shift and Spain in the 3rd quarter.
Lilik penetrates. Gumbae is blocked. Cazorla in the half court. Gustafsson will pick and roll this time. Heel lifts, hits the second side. Gustafsson in the block. Steps back. Tough fadeaways, no good. And Juhas gets the rebound again. Struder pushes. Settles for the 3.
She was feeling it in the first half. She's cooled off a little bit in this second half.
Struder with a steal, that's a great play. 2-on-1 break. Lilik going up, gets it back to Struder for 2. Power up, 2-on-1 basketball.
And I think you're seeing a little bit of fatigue from these Spanish players. It takes a lot to come back being that far down, and they put a lot of effort. Again, why is Maria Conde not in the game, though?
Albert Torrance comes off the screen, turns the corner, kicks. Keel again on the inside, tries to create an angle. Doesn't get the finish, and Juhas gets another defensive rebound. She's a rebound machine at the moment. Lilik turns the corner, down the lane, kicks, extra pass. The make for 3 is long. Cazorla will look to lead the break. There's 2 very tired teams on the floor at the moment. Cazorla and one. Strong finish, and that's the difference we talked about earlier on. She stayed with the play after the contact, kisses the glass, and instead of having to make both, she'll go to the free throw for the extra. Well, you've got your wish. Maria Conde checks back in with 4:25. She'll be rested. Hopefully she's in the same rhythm. Gonzalo on the free throw line. Is short but gets the roll. Ortiz will check back in, and the depth of that Spanish bench is becoming a factor right now. Agnes Kluda has the basketball, has a three-point lead. Lilly looks to turn the corner. Hatar will roll, but they can't get in the ball. They just lob it up there. Has it knocked away. Foul called. Ball's in the air a very long time on that lob.
As Gustafsson and Conde say no. Conde needs to be a little bit careful about her reaction. You don't want to pick up, you know, a technical for no reason.
Ortiz with a turnover that comes off her foot, and Hatar hits the floor and finds Struder, who blows the two. Oh my word. Ortiz, who initiated that, just really came up with a quick steal, but then it hit a foot. Conde. Gustafsson, 4-3 is no good. They get another look at it.
You don't need a three.
No, but she's gonna take it.
That's what shooters do. Oh, wow,
great work on the glass. Tremendous, super effort on the glass by Villaro. Laura Hill's limping out of the game. Pereira comes back in. But Villaro's effort on the glass was just ridiculous effort.
You think he wanted to keep Laura Hill in, but you saw her get up very slowly after that last defensive rebound.
Well, they're going to coach review this. I think they're saying, before the referees go to the table, I think they're saying it came off the Lara, is what they're trying to say from the Hungarian perspective. Let's take a listen to the officials.
I think it was a great job by Valero attacking the basket. From our angle, it looked like it went off Studer, but we're completely behind the play.
So we have a head coach challenge for the out of bounds. Ruling on the floor is white ball, and we want to review which team caused the team to go out of bounds. Can we please see the play? Tell me what you see.
Red.
White.
Oh, white. Knee white.
Okay, again. What I see is the knee of White. Again. Red.
Red. White.
White. Yeah, White. So, out. So last, the team who caused the ball goes out of bounds. It's White. The ruling will be overturned. Red ball.
I confirm.
All right, okay. Challenge is successful.
Well, you heard it there. Good job. You saw Studer look over to the bench and tell her coach, no, go ahead and use your challenge. I know it didn't go off me. And great example as they were able to overturn the play. So ball back to Hungary.
It's great work by everybody.
Yeah. But right away, Studer looked at her coach and said, no, I'm sure.
Well, here is Agnes Struder with 3.5 to go. They still have the lead. Let's not forget, Spain have come all the way back, but Hungary still have the 3-point lead. Struder down the lane. Drops it into Bay, and she's fouled. And you don't forget how strong Hungary were with the basketball against a very active Japanese team yesterday. They just would not quit on plays like that. Juhas finds Hatar. Ortiz is just harrying everybody. Hatar, poor pass by Struder, turned over. Ortiz gives it up. Conde in transition. Ortiz gets it. Extra pass. Villaro for the three. Rimmed it in and out. And Hungary keep dodging bullets.
Well, Valero, she's a great three-point shooter. Shoots in the 40% for the EuroLeague women with Salamanca. It's not a bad look. Hasn't played a lot in this tournament, though.
Hungary have to retain that positive approach. Struder with the runner, doesn't get it to go, and oh, it is, that's a rebound. And they're gonna go jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Hungary.
Is this our 4th or 5th jump ball of this quarter? It's been a few. We had a couple quick
straight away,
yeah.
Right, it's at least 4.
At least 4. And every possession counts.
They're not trying to find the Hatar, are they? We're just lobbing it and hoping she catches it.
Where before they were telling her where to go.
Hatar gets into Struder, turns down the 3. In the corner, Lillard! Deep, deep, deep in the corner, knocks it down for 3. Huge, huge 3. Ortiz. Conde doesn't turn the corner. Gustafsson hands off. Struder's everywhere. Ortiz turns the corner. Turns it over. Gotta go up. Struder. Lilik for back-to-back threes is no good. Juhas with a rebound. Lilik thinks about the 3, then changes her mind.
You see Hatar saying, hey, slow it down. I'm still at half.
Hatar dives, needs a touch. Struder is off. Hatar hits the floor, and that'll be a 24 violation. 1:41 to go. Spain trails 6 to Hungary. And Spain take the timeout.
I mean, really, 2-possession game. Knocking down 2 threes. I think you go for an easy basket here, probably a 2-point basket. You just need something quick. You don't want to take too much time off the game clock. You want to get a good, quick score, and then just get a stop on defense. There's no reason to foul right now. But what a big decision by Struder. She was open for that 3-point shot, and she had the smarts and whereabouts to know. I'm assuming she knew it was Lilik in the corner, who is a better 3-point shooter than she is.
100% agree, and it's... That was a shot that Lilik is taking and making every week. The one after where it was all a bit standstill wasn't in rhythm. You've got to think that Hatar has got to be a release for the pass here, but they've got to make her a pass and not just lob it. Get a decent angle, even run her in the pick and roll if you want. But Spain will come down this way. Gustafsson and Milaro and Conde all can knock down the 3. Be interesting to see how quickly and what they take. Stayed with Milaro. Ortiz has it. Gustafsson seals. Ortiz going baseline. Spins to the middle for the quick 2. Gets the roll.
Said you needed a 2 or a 3 quickly. Both coaches have 1 timeout left. It's a 4-point game. You don't need to foul. You don't need to take any risks and silly fouls.
Struder turns it over. Chance to run the other way. Ortiz skips it. Milaro to the corner. Conde for 3 is good. 1-point game. 1:20 to go. Hungary have to execute and try and get a shot they want. Spain still show that 2-3 look to start with. Dubai, Hatar, inside, gonna be a blocking foul. And it's got a real bang in the small of the back.
I mean, Hatar all game long, all tournament long has been sacrificing her body. She's been slow to get up a few times today. Yeah, I mean, Conde, it's the right idea, you need to be there, but she has to be able to at least land.
Lands, yeah, absolutely. And it's the point you made earlier on. You have to protect the shooter, the person in the air, let them land, and then it's a different game. Will be an end-line ball. Al steps in. Lilik will inbound the basketball. Juhas hasn't had a look for a long time for Hungary.
She's done the job defensively, especially rebounding, I felt, but they haven't gone to her.
And they haven't run anything really, and they've ended up with just a lob. Hatar, great cut. Kicks it out. Lilik for the long two, doesn't get the drop. And Condi with a rebound, and Spain have a chance to lead on this possession. Last minute. Struder is gonna foul, and that's gonna send.
That is not a smart foul. You are up one, that's sending Ortiz to the free throw line. It's just that not necessary.
No.
Play good defense, let the game go down, get a stop.
Mariana Ortiz, an 80% free throw shooter, just under that. Makes the first and ties the game. Spain have come all the way back from 22 points down, 19 at the half. A chance to lead it, which they do.
That is the first time they have led, Mark, since the 5.5-minute point in the first quarter.
Well, how often have we said Spain in tournament play?
Never count them out.
Never count them out. They find ways. But Hungary have got 52.7 seconds. Do you take the 14-second in the front court, or do you bring it and have the whole length?
23 points for Spain in this quarter alone offensively. And they've done the job on the defensive end. They've only allowed 8 points. You mentioned it. They gave up 8 points in the third quarter for Hungary as well, right? 10 points in the third quarter, sorry. So 8 points right now. They have only allowed Hungary to score.
If they're up, whether the Canadian team are watching this in the hotel,
I don't think they were watching the first half, that's for sure. Maybe someone told them to tune in and start watching now.
They're going to take the 14-second front court inbound. No more timeouts now for Hungary.
Spain have one timeout.
Struder will inbound.
They have one foul to give before bonus. And this is why I talked about it before the fourth quarter start. Experience pays off in these type of situations.
Struder. That's our roll. She is open. She turned it down, takes a step back too. Juhas can't secure it. And Spain will try and use every second at the 24. Ortiz gets it into the half court.
And you don't foul, you play good defense here.
Milano, 7 on the possession. Gustafsson wants it in the block, they turn it down. Carrera's gonna have to make this happen. Leans back for 2, doesn't get it to go. And Hungary have a shot at the win.
They have a foul to give Spain, I'm sure they're aware of it.
Struder needs a pass. Hatar for the lead, he's short. Whistle on the play. They're going to call it a jump basketball, and Spain will have the possession.
Well, that was a good shot. No? I mean, Hatar, with the way that she has played today, she played on game day 2, her man fell, her defender was on the ground. Hatar, for me, can hit that shot at a 90% clip.
100% a good option. So Spain, with 5.3 seconds remaining, have to get it in. If Hungary don't steal, you know they're going to foul. They will have another go, but they're going to have to go full court in 4 seconds. So
do you foul? You foul quickly. You go for a steal on the inbounds pass. If not, foul quickly. They have no timeouts. You mentioned it. I hope Coach Zeki talks about this though. Okay, you know what? Foul quickly. We don't have anything. Okay, free throws. You know, you already set it up. You have someone there. You have someone flaring. So it's 1-2 passes and a shot because you can't dribble the ball. You know, yeah, they're quick, but you can't dribble the ball and have a good look.
And Spain still have the foul. Still have the foul to give Spain as well. So you know the script for this. Here is Spain. 5.3 seconds. Mariana Ortiz will inbound the basketball. Solaro or Carrera looks like they're the release. Carrera's the release. They go back, scrape. And Dubai fouls, and just over a second or so ticks off the clock.
And they also foul a very good free throw shooter.
Yep, who's just made her free throws. She goes back to the free throw line. Misses the first. She could miss the second. The time will tick off.
Yeah.
Ortiz. Struder gonna have to go from the halfway line. It's over. Spain have come back. They've come back from 22 points down to upset Hungary's dream of making it to the Olympic Games. Spain will win this one, 73-72. There's a group of Canadian players and coaches and staff that are celebrating alongside Spain here.
They are saying, gracias, España.
Thank you.
That says everything about Spanish basketball
It really
that you ever need to know, say, or understand.
I mean, they did not have a good first half, as you can see from the shooting percentages, but what a second half where they just outscored Hungary at ease almost, but it started on the defensive end. They gave up way too many points in the first half for Hungary. I thought Struder was absolutely excellent today, 17 points, but she struggled in the second. Another great game for Hetar. Everything seemed to be going great, and you mentioned it. Well, you know, you need to tell Hungary heading into that fourth quarter. They still had a 14-point lead heading into the fourth quarter, you said, but the worst thing they could do is start to not play their game and slow things down and stop moving the ball. And it's kind of what happened. And I mentioned it, I go, you know, experience can really pay off in these kind of moments. And I think you see the experienced team winning today, and obviously heartbreak for Hungary because they deserved it for about 30 minutes of that game.
Oh, yeah.
And I really wonder if Hungary had played like they did the last two games, would they be in a different position? Could they have beaten Canada on game day one?
Well, I think the answer to that is yes, they could have. But you know what tournament play is like, and we know that Spain are the experts at tournament play. They know what they have to do and how they have to do it. Albert Torrens on the far left there of the picture. Another Olympic Games for Albert Torrens. A first Olympic Games for someone like Megan Gustafsson. What an absolutely phenomenal performance, and what a great coaching job by Mendes there to come up with, yeah, we'll show the zone, then we'll man-to-man. But as you quite rightly said, Hungary just tried to not lose. And Spain have that word. They're qualified.
They are, and they're celebrating and excited. I'm sure they're going to celebrate tonight. And we might see the Canadians celebrating with them, even though, I mean, everyone's very big competitors. But there's a reason why this was called the group of death going into this tournament. And I think every game, you and I were shocked, and we saw performances and we saw disappointments, and people stepped up. Teams underperformed, teams maybe overperformed.
It's just the group of death is because no one in this group, because every team in this group had performances, gave themselves a shot at doing it. It wasn't like Hungary picked themselves up after a really poor first and gave themselves the best opportunity you could have. And they came up short, but they came up short behind three countries who are so experienced at making it in these competitions. And now the deal for Hungarian basketball is to move on and grow from this, because they've had a great Eurobasket. They've almost qualified. They need to go again, qualify for your Eurobasket, get ready for a World Cup. They want to be at that table now.
This is still a relatively young team for Hungary, and I think this is a step in the right direction for them, and they need to continue to work. And like I said, I think the fact that the Hungarian league has become a lot better is producing more players, and they're doing better with the national team.
Here is the FIBA president, Sheikh Saud Ali Al Fahmy, who is going to present the MVP of this. And Yamamoto.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? I think she absolutely deserves it. She was one of the best players and one of the most consistent players for Japan this entire tournament. And Japan, obviously, they're finishing first now in this tournament. So Yamamoto will take a quick look at her statistics. 17 points a game for Japan, 3.7 assists. Yes, MVP easily.
And the great thing for him is, like, she's now becoming that leader of that team, and she's the next generation of Japanese players as such. She's going to be around for a while, and her numbers are just phenomenal. She is one of the advert for the game. This is how you're supposed to play this game, with a smile on your face, trying to make things happen, never ever doing anything but give everything you absolutely have. You're going to get a look at the best plays of the fourth quarter, and they're all going to be by the team in white, because they found ways to tick it over, and then the more they ticked it over, the more worried Hungary got. And it's just a phenomenal comeback by one of the national teams in FIBA basketball.
Yeah, and this is a team that's come back before, and they've had the experience, and they knew they didn't play well. I think 19 points up for Hungary. If Spain can get down 19, they can get up 20 in a half as well. And I think it just showed the quality of players, also the desire, because they could have easily, you know, put in their hat and said, well, we've already qualified, but they didn't. I think they wanted to send a statement, and they wanted to prove that, hey, you know what? There might be talk, maybe a little bit of chatter that we're not the golden age of the Spanish national team anymore, but they believe that they can compete, and they believe that they can compete for a medal at the Olympics.
Absolutely, all the time, absolutely. Well, we said at the half that if Hungary scored 30, it would probably be enough. It would have been, but that's just a great performance. Super, super performance by Spain. So that's going to do it. Shona and I have had an absolutely tremendous time here in Sopron. Make sure you come here to Sopron. It's a great place for basketball. Japan, Spain, Canada are going to Paris. But for now, it's an emotional time. So it's goodbye from Shona Thorburn and Mark Clark.